Now at this point, I have taken the boards, the individual boards of my tray, and I have lined them up where I have my C joint, my B joint, and my A joint right here. And so everything is in order, joint to joint, and also I have the arrows oriented so that the boards are facing up. That means that this surface that you see here will be the finished surface of my tray. Now you can choose to orient these edges either vertically where they're tall, or you can orient them this way where they're a little bit shorter. And I'm choosing to use the shorter version for my glue up. You'll also note, as sort of a sanity check, that the edge of this board has no biscuit slots in it. And the edge of this board also has no biscuit slots in it. So if you have biscuit slots on this edge here, then you're about to glue your edge strip to the wrong board, and you need to get it oriented such that there's a free edge here and a free edge here, and all of the letters that you have match. And again, for you, your arrows should all be pointed up. So now I will demonstrate how to glue the edges onto these boards. We'll apply glue to this strip, apply the strip to this board, and we will do the same with our other edge of our board. So we'll apply glue to this strip, and then we'll apply this strip to this board. We need to be able to apply consistent pressure to make sure we have a good glue joint between the two boards. And the way to do that is once we apply glue and we set these two boards together, then I'm going to take the other one that I've glued up and I'm going to flip it over, and we're gonna put the two pieces together like this temporarily. We're gonna line up our edges, and then we're gonna apply clamp pressure to these outer boards. And what it will do is these boards are rigid enough to make a straight clamp line for our glue up. And so we will do that in order to get these edge pieces glued on to the edges of our serving tray. So let's get started on that. So again, we'll take our Top Bond 3 and we're going to put a small amount of glue on our edge strip. And again, just a small amount, and if you get too much, it's okay. We can wipe it off. I'll go ahead and apply the glue to this other edge strip. Now I want to make sure that that glue is spread evenly, so I'll take my craft brush you can also use your finger. Now again, I've got my boards lined up in order. I've got an edge over here and an edge over here that have no biscuit holes or biscuit slots. So I know those are the edge, and I've got the arrows pointed up. So I'm looking at the top of the tray. I'm gonna lay this strip on this edge. And I'm not gonna worry too much about positioning it perfectly yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get this other strip ready for the glue up. Now I'll set my brush aside on my paper towel, and I'm gonna flip this board, this little bitty board, over onto the edge of my tray. Now I'm gonna try to position these as good as I can. Now don't panic, you've got plenty of time. If anything, the small strip needs to protrude beyond the edge a little bit. And you'll notice I've got some glue on this strip here. We need to wipe that off. And I also want to wipe off any excess glue that I have anywhere. And I don't see any excess glue pushing out, but I do over here. There's a little bit of glue right there in that corner. So I'm gonna do my best to wipe that away. There's some more up here. So again, I want to do my best to wipe that away. The more that you deal with your glue while it's wet, the easier your job will be in the future. I also want to go ahead and close the tip of my glue so that doesn't dry out. And now I'm going to take this board and I'm going to flip it over onto this board. So I have a box that I've made, and I'm using these two larger boards as a rigid block to apply pressure to these other boards. I'm going to set those there, and I'm going to grab my clamps. I'm going to push my clamps together so that they're closer to the desired opening. And then I'm going to take, and on this end, I'm going to work that clamp down and apply pressure. And I'm going to do the same to this other clamp, the other side. I'm going to work it down until it applies pressure. And now I'm going to let this glue up sit for about an hour. Now, I will have some extra glue here. I'm going to go ahead and deal with that. Any squeeze out that you see, go ahead and take care of it now. And on this other side, I don't have any. So, get this done, and I will see you on the next video where we'll actually take this apart and we will glue our tray together.